Hello, hello everyone. Long time no see. How's everyone doing today? Just gonna bring that low. Yeah, I know. Uh, allergies. It has been super windy. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Rosita. I am a vocal and language coach, meaning not only do I teach people how to speak in different languages, I also teach people how to sing in them as well. Yee. So today we're going to be talking about expanding your vocal range. We're going to be talking about the ins and the outs. We're going to talk about misconceptions and also just to nerd out with you guys, get the science behind it. There's this theory that it's an article that was written several years ago, and it kind of makes sense. It's not 100%, but I mean it's a theory nonetheless. I mean, this is but I'm super excited to share this with you guys. So if you guys are a singing teacher or a vocal trainer watching my channel, I really hope that you'll find this information to be helpful or at least interesting. So I'm just gonna answer this. All right, let's get this party started. Sorry, I also need to respond to this. Okay. Multitasking is not my forte, although I do that a lot. Okay, so as a singer, April! How are you, Chica? How are you? That reminds me, I need to message you. I've been meaning to do that, and I keep forgetting. Brain. So, as a singer, I think it is safe to agree on this, it is safe to assume that we all agree on this, is that expanding your vocal range is a little bit essential to improving our skills and developing our singing voice. Mastering the craft. And with all honesty, a broader range is going to allow you to perform a wider variety of songs and styles, and it's going to help us explore new and exciting vocal techniques as well. Yeah, vocal techniques. Additionally, if I didn't sold you guys about, expanding your vocal range, I mean, how many of you guys want more power in your voice? Let me know in the chat. As you guys are writing, let me ask you another question. How many of you guys would like more flexibility or agility to your voice or expressiveness in your voice? Yeah? So, vocal range can give you all of that. Yep. Okay. There we go. So I was also grabbing my notes. Now, I can understand where expanding your vocal range can, and I've been using this word a lot for a lot of things. Sharing love, happiness, and positivity. The usual, trying to keep sane. But well, But well. So, expanding your vocal range can be daunting. But it is a gradual process that requires a shitload of patience. I mean, it's past 15 minutes of the stream, right? I'm allowed to say that? Oh well, sorry, YouTube. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but YouTube has this ruling where you can't curse 15 minutes past the thing. But yeah, I'm small enough that I think I'll be overlooked. So yeah, a lot of patience is going to be necessary here. And yes, practice naturally and persistence. Which persistence is going to be a combination of motivation and consistency. Two things that, you know, sometimes we may struggle with. But I'm going to give you guys some tips and also talk about some science and some terminology that we are going to use when it comes to involving range. So let's go ahead and talk about warming up. Yeah, warming up. But more so, I want to express the difference between warm-ups and exercises. So, warm-ups is the stretch of your chords. It is how we stretch our legs and our arms before we do the initial workout, or what we're supposed to do before the initial workout. The same thing applies to singing. Warm-ups is just the stretch to loosen up those muscles. Okay? In your cheeks and your chords. Whereas vocal exercises, this is what strengthens the different areas of your voice. And this can include, yes, range exercises. There are breathing exercises. There are resonance exercises. The whole point of singing the basics here is to clarify any confusion or misconception about the whole science of singing. Ne? So when we warm up, this means this is the stuff that we have to do before any form of singing practice, is to properly warm up. And what does that include? Well, mis amigos, breathing exercises, lip trills, the whole nyah, nyah, nyah. That's a warm-up. Articulations, pronunciation, diction. These are all examples. Humming, sirens. These are all examples of warm-ups. And I'm going to give you guys some of it. Now, I am going to limit my singing. As you guys are probably aware that I haven't had a daily warm-up class this week because I am on vocal rest. So yeah, I gotta protect the cords. But the ones I'm going to show you are actually going to be very easy on the cords, especially for vocal fatigue. So just a simple lip trill. So we're going to channel our inner horse. Please repeat after me and go. Now, lip trills are a great way to warm up your voice and develop breath control as well. So we're going to start by pursing your lips together and blowing air out through them, kind of making a buzzing sound. Now, let's go ahead and practice moving up and down your vocal range while making the lip trill sound. Let's go ahead and start off with an octave. Now, if you need to take a breath in between them, please do so. And once you guys get stronger, let's see if you can link it. Let's do another one. Ready? Together in 4, 3, 2, let's sing. Now, what I like about the lip trills is because, again, going back to the breath element of it, we can't hold our breath. It will not allow you to use your throat to create that lip trill sound, as this needs to relax. When it comes to expanding your range, a lot of the time people tend to push or add force to expand the range, and whereas we want to do the complete opposite. Yeah. Now, another excellent source, another excellent warm-up is, I'm going to turn this down, sirens. So here you can start with a low note or a high note depending where your voice comfortably sits in. And we're going to gradually slide your voice up to a high or a lower note. So a common slide that I use with my students is that ya. So we have ya. And the visualization I give my students is think up, over, and out. Yeah. So why don't you guys give it a shot? Ready? 3, 2, let's sing. Going higher. Listen and then repeat. Yeah. Let's hear you. Yeah. Let's hear you guys. Yes. Going higher. Yeah. Good. Now, like I mentioned, you guys can start on any note that you guys feel comfortable with. You can start on the lower you can start in the lower note to the highest note, or vice versa. Wherever you feel like your voice comfortably sets. in addition to that, what you could also do is get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, get out of your comfort zone. Now, you might get scared of it because you're probably wondering, no, I'm going to sound like arr. It's okay. We sometimes need to sound like arr. So we can see our full ability. Now, what I did fail to mention, one thing I did fail to talk about is what is vocal range anyways? What is it? Well, a vocal range, I'm going to write this down for you guys as you hear wonderful background music. I should just turn this off. Vocal range is the range of notes that starting, I'm going to reword this. The vocal range is the range of notes that you are able to sing. Okay? So, for an example, we base this on octaves. So when someone says that, oh, you have an octave and a half scale, you have two octave scale, what we're referring to is the distance. So just to give you guys a better visual on that, give me 1 second. We're going to do a little share screen here. I know you guys see nothing. Give me a moment. Yeah, you're seeing Google. All right, so we're going to go to one of my teaching tools here. musictheory.net. I love this to use with my singers. But what I love about this, if I go to lessons, there's a way to do this. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, 1 second. I am going to change this to the pop-up piano. So what happened here is that I clicked the piano. I clicked on the piano. Hi, Annalise. Which is going to be in the top right corner of the website. So what an octave is, so an octave is going to consist of 8 pitches, 2 of them being essentially the same. So let's look at C4, known as middle C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So C4 to C5 is considered an octave. Mama this, mama this. Or D to D is an octave. E to E is an octave. F to F is an octave. So what we did here, at least with the sirens and the lip trills, we just jumped the octave. And this is not limited to the piano, guys. You can also, use your guitar, your ukulele, or other instruments that matches the range of your voice. So, if you're playing a violin, you can't do that. Okay? Well, I mean, as long as you find the correct octave or key that will correlate with that. Yeah, maybe. Okay. now that we learned some music theory, let's talk about the elements that is included. The elements that is included when it comes to vocal range. Yeah, I'm still on vocal rest, technically speaking. Which still no singing. No singing. Yes, there is a class. No, I lied to you. There isn't a class. The next class will be our VIP class, our Spanish and reading and writing class. So that gives me enough time to finish that Spanish book. So we have a class at 3, 4, 5, and 6. But 6 o'clock, you don't like it. You don't like the 6 o'clock class. Because es inglés para principiantes en cuando yo hablo español enseñando inglés. She said it, not me. Never forget. I will never forget that. Reina! Hola, mi amor. ¿Cómo está, chula? All right. So the things that the elements that consists of, discussing vocal range, or at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I have a doctor's appointment who's going to wring my neck. Yeah. Oh, thank you. So, there are several different terms used to describe vocal range. And one of them being is the terms that we use for the types of voices that exist. So like soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, or bass. Now soprano, again, this is a voice, is the highest female voice type. It's going to have a bright sound. And sopranos are typically have a vocal range that goes from C4 to A5 or higher. And then we have mezzo-soprano, which is interchangeably used with soprano too. This is the middle female voice, and just to give you guys a heads up, 80% of women are naturally mezzo-sopranos. I know, I'm sorry. Because actually, sopranos and altos, like pure sopranos and pure altos, are actually indeed rare. But we are able to sing. We have the ability to sing that range, though. So that's why there's a bunch of confusion. Yes, I am having classes Saturday and Sunday. Actually, a couple of our classes will be in Hollywood. Holla. Okay. Then we have, which mezzo-soprano is going to have a rich and a warm sound. And typically, the range for soprano 2s is going to generate from like a G3 to an E5. So we still get to sing high. Yes, I know tomorrow is Friday. Oh, will you have tomorrow and Saturday? Yes. We will have class. Oh, wait, except for the warm-up class, because I really shouldn't be singing. Okay. And then we have the alto. The alto. The alto is the lowest female voice. It's a deep, full, sultry sound. And typically, whenever we sing in an alto range, is like we can sing from a C3 to a C5 or higher. Now, notice how I keep saying or higher. Let's be clear as I whack my mic. Oopsies. Let's be clear on one thing, guys. When someone tells you you're an alto, if someone tells you you are a soprano, if they're not telling you what your limits are, like that is your range for life. No, my friends. When someone tells you that you're a soprano or you're an alto, I really shouldn't be talking to be honest. Hence why my doctor is going to wring my neck at 5 o'clock. Now I lost my train of thought. Yes. When they assign you a voice, they're assigning you based on where your voice comfortably lies, where it's the most rich. Okay? So I'm going to use myself for an example, and let me know, for my singers out there, if you guys have experienced the same. I'm a mezzo-soprano, but I can sing the range of a soprano. I can sing the range of an alto. I can sing the range of a tenor and a baritone, which we're going to talk about shortly for my males. How many of you guys are mezzo-sopranos, if you guys know your voice, but you find yourself having the ability to sing higher and lower than what you were told? Range, my friends. Range. We're not limited to one voice. Hell nah. Okay, that does not match my personality now. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about the male voices, shall we? Now, actually, if I could talk like this right now, it's actually easier in my voice. But I don't want any confusion. Yeah. Although I do sound like a sexy dude, right? So, so tenor is the highest male voice type, and it has a bright and a clear sound. And tenors, they have an average range from like C3 to a C5 or higher. Actually, anything above that would be falsetto, actually. Then we have a baritone. The baritone is like the mezzo-soprano for men. And actually, most men are baritones. So this is the middle male voice, and it has a rich and full sound. And baritones typically have a vocal range that goes from A2 to A4. And then we have the bass. The bass. Have you guys ever met guys that had such a low, strong, low voice, and you just start drooling? Like, it doesn't matter like how they look, it doesn't matter if they're hot or anything. Just when they speak, you're like, hi. Yeah. Okay. Phew. But yeah, this is the lowest male voice type. And it's going to have a deep and resonant sound. And basically, it can go from an E2 to an E4. Now, just like with females, if a man is assigned as a baritone, as a voice, it does not mean that they're unable to sing tenor or a bass. They absolutely could. Why? Because of their vocal range. You can always expand your range. So why is range different? Why is it that one person is able to sing higher than the other? Well, there's many things to consider. One, your gender. Two, how old you are. Like if you have you gone through puberty yet? That's a huge factor. Also your stature. Your stature, how you are built can impact your range. Now, this is not always the case. Okay, so with proper technique, you can always change somewhat the quality of your tone. Whoa, hi. But usually for those that have broader shoulders or a broader upper part of the body, they tend to have like a lower or more rich, warm, sultry tone to their voice. So they're going to typically have a lower range. And for some who who are either short or skinny, they will tend to have a brighter voice, a brighter tone, and they're able to sing those higher notes. But like I mentioned, this is not all the time. I mean, with proper technique, you'll be able to expand it. Yes, we have limitations, and yes, we can, with technique expand it. But for an example, and I'm always going to use her for an example. I have this friend, she's from Japan. She's about 4'11", 4'10". Oh. She sings heavy metal. Well, she used to sing heavy metal. It sounded like she was being possessed by the devil. Like that's the best way I can describe it. Like her range, I mean, she could sing really high, but dude. So, like I said, there are many things to consider on what can or what could impact your range, but it's not limited to. Man. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? So, it is important to note that vocal range can vary greatly from person to person. And some singers may have a wider or narrower range than what is typically associated with their voice type. And additionally, vocal range can change over time and training. Any questions? Dude, windows would break if you could sing a C6. All the glasses would shatter. Well, no, sorry, I'm thinking of a C7. Never mind, C7. C7, sorry. I was thinking an octave lower. The C6, that's pretty good, actually. That's definitely like the soprano range. Okay. So, hell no. 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 Not no. No, no. 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 Okay. Be glad that I can't. Be glad that anyone can't. All right, so let's do a recap on everything that we have learned. So we talked about, oh, the theory. I forgot to talk about the theory. Do I have time for the theory? I have time for the theory. Okay. Good. And I will put this article out on our Discord so you guys can read it. So, there is a new approach that I recently learned about, teaching one about their vocal range. And I found this approach to be quite interesting. Because there's so much good advice out there when it comes to, helping a young singer or a beginning singer to expand their range. And this is more of the case, a lot of not so good advice, to put it lightly, for range extension. But there's this doctor, his name was like Dr. Ingo something, who wrote an article about ligament development in the vocal folds. What does that mean? What? Here's the science part, guys. Here's the nerdy part. Okay, so first of all, what is a ligament? All right, so a ligament is basically a short band of tough, flexible, fibrous, connective tissue which connects two bones or cartilage or holds together a joint. So think of, think of a binder, right? Think of a book, right? So let's say that these two sides is your bone. Okay, you guys with me? Yeah? Now this here, not this, but like say that glue part that allows you to stretch and flex the book, that's the ligament. It's that's the band that allows you to, that did not work, that allows you to bend down, to hold things, to walk, many of everyday functions. You utilize your ligaments. So the preliminary thought of this theory that Dr. Ingo had describes how it could be possible for the ligament structure inside our vocal folds to transform in the same way. So what's especially relevant to this, especially again, if I have my singing teachers here, my vocal trainers, about that is that the ligament is what vibrates. Have you guys thought of that? Is that the ligament is what vibrates when we sing, along with the rest of the vocal tissue, of course. But in addition, the vibration of the vocal ligament is the reason why we can hit high pitches, because its flexibility allows it to be stretched, which is known as the cricothyroid muscle, to a very high extension. And at this high tension, the muscle of the vocal fold is too stiff to vibrate. So it's down the ligament, portion to provide us with a sound signal. So without bogging you down in tissue viscosity too much, a denser ligament could reach higher tensions. And hence the higher speeds of the vibration, the cricothyroid muscle wouldn't need to stretch it with as much force to reach those speeds. And as a higher speed equals to a higher pitch, so meaning your vocal folds, they vibrate like this super, 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 super fast to hit those higher notes, and the slower they go, that's how we produce those lower notes. Means that you could reach those quote-unquote big notes with less effort. That's crazy, right? Okay, for those that understood, like, you know, the scientific terms there. But a lot of vocal coaches and coaches and trainers will corroborate that a sustainable range comes with repeated exercising of that area over time. If that is down to increasing ligament density, then the advice would be to stretch your vocal ligament routinely. So, to put it better in simplistic terms, is that to expand our range, we need to expand these muscles and allow it to stretch and allow it to be flexible. So another reason why, I don't know, we should warm up and exercise before singing the song, maybe? Yep, that nagging time. So, how can we do that? A simple siren. Remember that? The siren, and where we glide our voice from one note to another, and we did an octave. So you can start with a ya. So something like that will stretch your chords. And I encourage you, go a little bit higher. Even though it may not sound like an octave, but that is okay, because we're just stretching our chords. Yeah. This is why I should be on vocal fatigue. I mean, that's why I should be in vocal rest. But I'm hoping you guys are getting the gist of this. So now let's do a quick recap of everything that we have learned. We have learned that vocal range is the distance between is what you are able to sing from one note to another. Okay, there are a range of notes that you are able to sing. We know that range consists of voices: soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, and bass. We also learned that range can vary person to person. It can vary, from like the stature, the experience, the gender, the age, the training, all of that. All of that is things to consider on why your vocal range may not be as wide as others, but it's not limited to. And yes, Raina, yes, I will, yes. I'll tell you the full story. No worries. It's okay. It was a blessing in disguise. Trust me. Trust me. It was a great escape. All right, guys, that will conclude this stream. If you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You guys can hit me up with a Discord, or you guys can leave questions in the comments below. If you guys would like to register for my VIP classes, please go ahead, check out my website. And I also have blogs on singing. And also, if you like these free classes, if you like these free streams, please support the channel. Become part of the Patreon family. Yeah. All right, guys, that will conclude class from today. And until next time, I shall see you guys soon. Bye, everyone. Nos vemos.